Welcome back to Capital Connections. I'm your host, John O'Connor. Let's now join the good folks at River Valley Community College in Claremont, New Hampshire, as we hear Secretary Hillary Clinton address the issue of student debt.
You know, costs for college should not be a barrier, and debt should not hold you back. Right now we have 40 million Americans holding $1.2 trillion in college debt. Yes, I see, everywhere I go, I see hands. Saw one in the back there. Yesterday in Exeter, I met a young man who had one of the worst stories I've heard anywhere in the country in terms of how much debt he's taken out to pursue his college because he had to pay both tuition and room and board, and then go to graduate school because that's what he wanted to do to make his contribution. So under my compact plan, we will refinance everybody's student debt. And what that means is, because I've met young people, this young man yesterday in Exeter, 12%. 12%. We're living in a time when interest rates have hardly budged above zero. You can certainly get a mortgage on a house and refinance it. You can get a car and have a payment you can refinance, but we don't let our students and their families refinance student debt. That is just wrong, and we're going to change that under the College Compact. Under my plan, you will be able to refinance to the rate that currently exists. So all those students with 5 to 10 to 12%, they're going to be able to drop it to 3.5%, 3.8%, 4%. I believe this will save thousands of dollars for many students, and it will also mean that more money will be freed up for these young people and their families to do other things with it. And I have met young people across our country who have said the following to me: I can't move out of my parents' home. Sound familiar? Met a young girl in Exeter yesterday. She has a great job in Massachusetts, but in order to pay her student loans, she has to commute back and forth because she can't afford to live in or near Boston where her job is. Number two, I can't start a small business like I want to. I've got this great idea. My buddies and I want to start this small business, but we're all burdened down by student debt, and banks won't lend us any money because we have to pay our student debts. Who knows, maybe the next Steve Jobs is out there trying to figure out how to start a business. And the worst, we can't get married. We can't get married because we both have student debt and we're both having to live with our respective parents. Now, that is sad. I really feel bad about that one. You know, we also want to recognize that if you do national service under the GI Bill and the military, under national service in AmeriCorps or community service, you should be able to get a benefit that helps you pay your college expenses. I want to fix some of the glitches in the GI program. We've had a lot of young men and women who've served our country go on to education, but some have been taken advantage of by the for-profit colleges that have really just taken the GI money and not produce the results. I will crack down on these for-profit colleges that are engaging in fraud and abuse of our veterans, and look for ways to hold them accountable for everybody else.
When Capital Connections returns to River Valley Community College, we'll hear Secretary Hillary Clinton talk about global warming, and she's going to focus on her response to Republicans on this issue. But first, the messages from the good businesses that make this show possible.